All right, Year 7, just a little, I guess, strategy on how to solve these equation problems, okay? Now, first thing you do, you might see some sort of pattern like this, and these are meant to be tables with diners sitting around them, okay? Now, what I need to do first is collect what we know and organise it. The best way to do that is to organise it into a table, okay? Now the tables I'm going to call T. Now this is very similar or exactly the same as just a normal old input-output table. The difference now is we're making it ourselves, given the information that we have. And of course the diners, we're going to call those D. And for one table, then two tables, then three tables, and then we might even check it with four tables as well. We will try to make a rule. To start with, let's work out how many diners sit at each cluster of tables. Now this cluster isn't, it's just one table, and it has three diners sitting around it. This cluster here is two tables with four diners sitting around, and this is a cluster of three tables with five diners sitting around it. The first thing we need to do is establish a relationship between our tables and our diners in terms of the numbers. What rule is true for all of these pairs? Okay, now I'm going to fast track this a little bit because I've already made a video on how to make that rule, how to discover that rule. So I'm just going to go straight to it. And I'm going to, what is it, rule plus 2, we're just plus 2 there. So it's just table plus 2, okay? So I'm going to write my rule in words first. Number of tables plus 2 equals number of diners. And we can write that algebraically in an equation, and we can just write T plus 2 equals D. Now what I'm showing you here is the planning and the setting out for a problem like this. So you might get a picture of a pattern. What we need to do to develop an equation is the actual numbers involved. So we've got a picture, and I've written down the number of tables here for you. So we've got one table, two tables, 1, 2, 3 tables. T plus 2 equals D. Now what we need to do is to check to make sure that this rule actually works. T plus 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 2 is 4, 3 plus 2 is 5. So what we could expect is that 4 plus 2 is going to equal 6. And I'm that confident I'm going to write that in. To check it though, and you don't have to do this, but I'm going to check it visually for you. Let's draw 4 tables and put a diner at each place. And let's make sure we draw that really badly so that I'm consistent. And we'll count up the diners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's worked. But that's just a little example of how you work this problem from picture through to collection of the numbers that we see, through to building the actual equation that you need. All right? Hope this helps.